isiyo insta ya stashani yapwa ukwela timushitedeliza mwasirwa nomba kwambe mingalato ate mingalato vaesetyala mitwala kwika like n'abalanda bamwambapo kwe bati imolo mwali akumakochi mwali akwisa mwali amweka teri mwali n'abantu benu so nomba ekyashupa ni kinshi exactly ekyo mulelanda bamwamba. When a thief comes in the house, they want to silence you. When a dictator comes in, they want to silence everyone. Because bahali kibanda balandira abantu abalanda obo bati corruption tatulefwaya ifefene fyamikalipa. Ula wasti the gift yomotoka kuli ba bishop. Mr. Mule mkonkera. Echo mwala konkera omuntu wapokelere fye gift ni kinshi. Imwaba akainde tabami pera po ama gift opo mwapera. Mwalimana po muntu ambo kukonga abantu abami pera ama gift ati yoba akainde gift mwapokelere shami. Mwe bantu kweni tube fair. 9 hours. Prayer for church.
7 hours. 7 hours. Now chinja 7 hours mayo 7 hours.
7 hours.
Myron 7 hours. Pa Monday 8 hours. Mkwae.
Monday 8 hours. Tuleisa baka nga mlefo okupaya abantu bonse Zambia yonse ipaye ninga mlefo okukaka abantu bonse mu Zambia mutukake. Ukule nama prisons abadenu balungu balekule patala amasukulu fishi fefina mu Boston kweba ati mwalingisha abantu inchito mwalingisha abatiche inchito mwabengisha muslimiti teni ni muli nani kane development ala ICO na ba PF ababeka bomulanda every day ba PF fish na fish ba opposition umfaneni tulefa leader ifwe twanakana ngo akainde chilema na tunasha ubufi amalod shedding ifinshi nafinshi kukaka abantu abena muniyazulu abo umuntu walipeyo umuntu ati yoni mansport abo baleyendera abantu ababakimira nje shote trestana understand bali mu kifungo muntu amugwa musango shanga akainde chilema aho fimo muleli bwera fimo mfako nensoni yebuntu na tokera bamwamba.
Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm calling from Copper.
Yes, unknown. Make your contribution.
First of all, thank you for this wonderful program, for the insight and the great work that you have been doing for Zambia. May God bless you wherever you are, keep you in good health, especially in 2026 as we are heading for the election. We must make sure that whatever that we do, we shouldn't forget. Kati papa Zambia ni watu tularaba bwangu. Nomabali wako atwalisa chalo cha social media. Which let us not ukula wafyonse fye soswa. My point of contribution in motion is a reminder kuri for once kuri Catholic faith bishop for standing for us to retotera. Bangapo kushaka for kwebati. Election Bill 7 shariko. Museveni shaliko kwala twala wakati demonstrate omu abagosana bawase sola mu abagosana balazi na ba cafe konse. Then the moment Kwaishia folks to withdraw to say let's not go to the streets, let's go for negotiation. That was the time we lost in second battle. At that moment Mingala was done. The same thing they know about the Boga to Twaima or present Rokshin Bishop Besu. We should make sure that in the name of let's negotiate. Let's negotiate. In the form withdraw to come and attack harder. So the moment you go for negotiation, just know you have lost it up. Apatufikire is a battle to the street. Let's go demonstrate and let's go in power and in mighty. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Yes, caller.
Ambassador kuna ina kuingalanda for sometimes imoli mwesangali bumba ufintisha ko bati nabantu bamona so abantu bakyansumina barangala kumaka yakwalise no kususha barasuite So hapo amaka kwa lesa yesa mkumoneka because if you feel kitika apa kale ni nchambira okukitika mukufisa manoma byasuka byahisa na pa open murandi wakweba tintu bishesu kibombera lesa tentu shishira ndafe ngefyo turanda baba nenkama mulimo babomba ukalamba lero inkondo bayimya tabeshi befo bareka lero murabomfera ngo dati inkondo kuli bambi kaba tete kunkiri bwino lero ukwangara kumugonsho kwalesa usunge myeo sha kwalesa because once kwa politics na fwe bashani katwakwata problem tukutikira kuri bashima people eriyo nga twabwerera kuma icyarora cyarebi papa be fyayima ebashima people pale itokwe bati beteri bese batararike incende 15 fire nombo umuntu ushasumira kumona kwatimbi umuntu asubwa kumona kwatasubwa nombo ranga waparamira gatwana muri bible ofo yakanisho kweba kwesho kurwa na abantu abasubwa bantu romuntu asubwa wishibe fyaba pakati ka mubiri wabwe nomba abantu ababa mu mubiri ngabalero no muntu wa iyo lesare kukurora uri umuntu wasuba bera kumwe ko bati trafine bayikatefya kina family yawe ukumona kwati na uri wasuba efintu ayikataganshi lesare ari muruira libaleshe fingi flexitika bino kumona kwati limbi misango babamo chimwe chine na ile misango yawe taganshi rubu torweka echo ndeko sere shafe bamunine fwe mayiro na mumwe bashirongana n'itaro chesu tutemunelesa bantu bashifwe besu kababa kububyawe nombo murando wakwe bati bare kwa bagomfye ishire yagufu ntungu kwa bati banyantikisha urubuto rwabashifwe betu imini nako ine ambanza tanali papa sana mayiro na mwene Facebook ukumuneshira gamukaya shamurungure mwacho wanje abomba kuzejarae bali aba postira ma details yako ati tumwamona likana ni kaunda bali aba postira ama papers yako ati ne moto kana kwa taira wo iresenda moto ke ishina yakwe nyuyu mu mendo kaunda na mwana na ma details ukwisasa nga abantu bare chitana ntawana mu kama politics awo mwacho wakayena yes kisasa nga abantu bare commentate no ni forgery paper batumwa itoko abomba wana pandoro kwa bombera so pale aba postile ma details yakwe ishina lyakwe ile abombere pakutana nkane ya motoka nafine baro ndora chi kwa bati chile myotoka shaptire kuba bombi baro nomba bashitana gift bashifu nomba ni state bakonkera uri omuntu eshina lyali popa kusenda ile motoka pati bakonko kwa ile motoka which means nishi tapali uchinka pali fire fisama so echara rengo kwebati tatwareke bashifwe beka twarabe mini nako pantunga bandu kwebati.
Thank you, caller. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba.
Good evening.
Mwala mekaba wanda kupemba so wa valengi bomwe bulubwino mukibemba cya nebula meki ndetse no kupa belt
Emkwayibana.
Mwamba icyabulanda sana kubuteko bwesuba UPND uteko wa UPND bo bamata beshibe ikintu bareka ko UPND beka beshibe ala beshiba tatabeke teko nishandire padu wabo na uteko so ayo to kwata kutapo yoshaya tabata na batatapo kuri bakafriki ba bishop ali kibanda baya tawaye kuri wazenda yunga busenda moto kama kile ngafo pale bishop kwa pale ichi chawo protein Numa UPND watakuwa kuchitamandini watakuwa bishop melezi rusifa wala watu wa UPND wao wakatholiki wa UPND wao mzambi katholiki ni wao wose baya mfumo wao mnafichitiki Awalipendile bafuna bobulanda mwandini ebo bale walipendile ngondo wachimperesha ani kungondo bale walipendile kabeshime ebo yeketa walipendile kabeshime na pela kule Mr. Mwamba na bambi bokonkanye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We have a caller already. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, Mwabombeni ba Mwamba.
Mwabombeni. And Dita. Who's calling and tell us your name?
Mkwai.
Mkwai.
Hello?
Mkwai.
Aba Mwamba, as a real concerned citizen of the Republic of Zambia, whenever Mwamba, if what we are hearing is verified, then the real trouble is here. And it's so scary, Mwamba. You know, I would really put you through a certain scenario. You know, Mwamba, for the past 6 months, meaning last year, the issue was mostly focused on the demise of our former president, Edgar Lungu, who is yet to be buried. And this had taken a longer period before you came to the realization of looking at other items or issues, concerning the party and everything. Yes. Now, Bamwamba, a question in the Pushe. Don't you think this is the beginning of engaging you into another preoccupation so that you are unable to move on, but to shut your minds whilst others are catching up? Bamwamba, looking at the whole situation, this is a deliberate strategy to slow you down. I'm so ignorant, but I've been thinking about it all the way through. My brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me just put a fresh summary. We seem to have had difficulties. So, you can call. There was some disruption anywhere, wherever you're watching us, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or X. We've restarted the program and you must be able to catch us. But on my page, it looks like it was very consistent. Every time we have a sensitive broadcast, there are attempts to disrupt the program, but don't worry. Please call. We are discussing the call to by the DEC to the DEC offices, Archbishop of Lusaka, Dr. Alec Banda. Our position is very clear from day one that this has nothing to do with the rule of law. This has nothing to do with formal investigation of a stolen item. That item has never been reported stolen anywhere. There is no one who has been prosecuted for it. For a matter to be proceeds of crime, you have to establish the crime. Who has been jailed for theft of that motor vehicle? Who has reported that motor vehicle is stolen? The matter of Kingsley Chanda regards 22 vehicles in which he was accused of not following procedure. He has a very, very good case, and we think that he will win that case on appeal. The call that Archbishop of Lusaka should go alone, all of us should reject it. We should reject it. Is there a day when President Hakainde Hichilema ever went to the police, to DEC, when he was summoned? Is there a day he went alone? Tell me if there is a day that President Hakainde Hichilema went to the police alone. He didn't. The Lusaka Archdiocese has called for a solidarity mass on Monday. Monday, everyone should gather at the cathedral and then walk with the Archbishop to DEC after the mass at 8 hours. Then tomorrow, you are invited to go and pray with the church at the Cathedral of Child Jesus on Ali Kinkata Road at 7 hours. I've been given time, 7 hours. Political leaders, civil society leaders, Brebna Changala, who's a civil society leader, has been organizing this. He thinks that we should go and pray with those faithfuls whose bishop is under attack. We need to stand with them in solidarity. So similarly, you have now two major services, one at 7 hours tomorrow at the Cathedral of Child Jesus, and the one that has been called by the Lusaka Archdiocese. They've issued a statement that tomorrow all masses should read the statement from the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops that their leadership is under attack, that the church and her leadership is under attack from the state. So that statement will be formally read in all parishes tomorrow. And then on Monday, everyone should now gather for the special service at Pop Square, in which then everyone will march to the DEC to escort the leader. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Thank you.
Vamene vichitika mkantri muno ipolitics yaba HHC wa mizana kwambo fika kuma accent yako ati wambo chita samoni ba Bishop ali kibanda nicho chalo chenda kuti vioneka mamoto kali bana pasi washuwa apo pamande bamwamba bonse tizaenda sibazatiresa because pandie vamene nezo kukamba even mwamene nezo kupita kuti koma I government yaba UPND kwambo tasamoni na bantu bamapempero shuwa bafuna baoneseremo ba Bishop ali kibanda koma sitibaza kwanisa mulungu ni mukulu ba Emmanuel Mwamba lero sitiza baleka aba bantu ndiye chamene muona chamene tikamba kuti beve ndalama apa tinaona papa presidential power papa airport yaja magods na ndalama madollars yaja yanaenda kuti siwana tipase answer $80,000 US that wanatuma by mistake ku China na manje siwana tuuza kuti zitandalama zatu zinabwelela oro branch nkali ya mikwala idi mukaona ni vampi ili vane vichika corruption ili muri ba UPND koma lero bayumira ba Bishop ali kibanda kuti wababweze kumbuyo koma siwaza kwanilisira tili nawo pasogolo pantu stinga lekelele kuti manje politics manje yambo kwambo itasamoni bantu bamapempero aba governance yabakanga deso mwambo baona bakwira ku bantu bamapempero koma pamande tibaperekeza ba Bishop ali kibanda tizanyamuka we are ready here in Garden Chilulu tizakonka kuti tizasalira panto abantu tukabapasa chance bazaoneka munga bafuna batiteke mfine ndiye ijabana kamba bakeke kuti I fear this man to rule this country bazaita divide the country ndiye Emmanuel Mwamba deso amona tikamba ti Mazambia ntenti kuizani aya ma election yanabwera bayechecha abati bachosepo before bakali potiretera ma problems yambiri bafunika tipo I think ndiye contribution yanga ba Mwamba ziko.
Thank you very much from a lady from Garden. Hello caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Mr. Mwamba.
Good evening.
I've got a very, very good insight this evening, and this is concerning the owning our former Republican president gave us, Kenneth Kaunda. Kenneth Kaunda foresaw these things. Mwamba, what this man is doing is just bring division in every way. Let it be in tribe, region, and all the churches. You see, this man is the one who went to Kwacha East UCZ and made some donations. The only appeal I can make to that church where he donated some money is to return that money back to him. Because that money is Rabeve. Because this man has left a presidency to say, no, when somebody donates something to the church, it has to be investigated. So bonse bajama churches wanapasi wa ndalama kuli aba president bwezani ndalama hizo tuma muona mwanza wene wama pasa ma donation. This is a presidency that the president has set. So ngati mufuna church rungami bwezani ndalama hizo division amba kudala baturangiza ba presidents na division wamena abwereza.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Yes, President Hakainde Hichilema has been donating 1,800,000 to churches. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
My name is Daniel from Cape Town.
Daniel, make your contributions.
Good evening, Mr. Mwamba.
Good evening, make your contribution.
My contribution is with what is happening on Monday. I think Zambians must stand behind the Catholic. This is God coming down for us, finding a way to remove this dictator before it goes very far. So I've in the recent past, we've heard even this guy from Nigeria where he says, no, the SDA are united. They rally behind their tribesmates. So it won't be unfair if we say that if the Catholic will be rallying behind the Archbishop, it's their person that they are rallying behind. And furthermore, let's find a person who's going to stand for Zambia, who we are going to vote for. I remember yesterday I said we must wait for 2031, but I'm sure if we have the Catholic behind, if we have all meaning Zambian who's not tribal, who thinks beyond tribe, to remove this tribal president. Let's not be intimidated when he's touched. He says, because I'm Tonga. When he's got a lot of people in prison who are not Tonga, we've seen Tongas making statements and going free without any trial or anything, which means he's protecting his tribe. So what is wrong with Mr. Mwamba protecting his fellow member? Or what is wrong for someone who's from Eastern protecting his fellow Easterner when we know him is protecting his people? So everyone who is not Tonga, who says, I'm not a tribalist, Monday they must march and just call a spade to say HH wants to divide people, and where he's going to dictatorship. Before they summoned the Archbishop, he was there on TV singing that song, Uwite Kwanfu. For me, it translated to say he is the infum he is talking about, because that song translates a Catholic thing. It comes from a Catholic background. You sing that song and the next day you are sending a call out to a person who's the head of the Catholic in Lusaka. What does it mean? So he's saying, people, listen to me, I'm your infum. What I'll do will go like this. And every time he's doing something bad, he comes with a thing that will twist his bad thing. Something bad he wants to do. So listen to now what he's saying. These people of Chingola are given 4 million. That is buying them out. Those people, if he had to win the election, that 4 million will finish in days. There are many people that are there that they will divide that money. So those people, he's bought that buying secretively or dubiously, so that when they return to say, no, the money you gave us, or we want to go back to the mine, the money is finished, those people will be arrested. So he's got that thing of blinding people when he wants to do something. We've kept away with so many things he has done. Already he hasn't been in State House. He hasn't declared his assets. People just brush it away. Now this thing of tribal and touching the Catholic Church and putting through the illegal bill. We can't just be watching this thing. This man must go 2026. We don't care who is going to carry the torch. As long as we are voting to remove this dictator, it must go on. This is where now, even if on the ballot there is a frog, let's vote for that frog so that he will be ashamed. Because we see he's manipulating every way through to make this country a dictatorship. Thank you very much, Mr. Moore.
Thank you very much. The Lusaka Archdiocese has called for a special mass on Monday at 8 hours prior to the Archbishop of Lusaka going to the DEC. You are supposed to be at this mass at 8 hours at the Cathedral of Child Jesus. Tomorrow on Sunday, you are invited to go and pray with the faithfuls, especially political and civil society leaders, Go and pray with the faithfuls whose bishop, whose shepherd is under attack. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. How of your we no more bombeni?
I'm quite never Father Kasonde, never chaplain in Roper Hospital, South Carolina.
Oh, wonderful, chaplain. Make your contribution, my brother.
I'm quite a natural for program, I think for sana ama emotions yale apantashi because ama emotions yo tulelanda nga twatampokola bika mu ya tribalism twatampokola bika mu ifile kalifi abantu ni we are just inflaming the nation kwena na enewe ine sekere mu ifile chitika ku Zambia makamaka ukutwala bashikofu kuchile chamlandi Tatulerando kuti tetwabatwale. Kuti babatwala ngomulandu epodi. Nomba abengi n'abalando kuti nefirangiro efingi. Kwalwa abantu abengi abapanga emilandu na evidence eko yaba omulandu wa mada ifinefi awonse tewabakaka but twalishiwo kuti Archbishop Alik Banda balalanda pamulandu wamitekele abantu tabaleikala bwino nikishikofu nikachema alapitana alamona ifile chitika nomba nga mwatampa ukumutwala kufidie pamulandu wakuti alelandira kwa abantu nishabi pecho. So what I'm appealing Mwamba ukuti ukupitira muri yo program yenu iseni tule sabankanya ichitemwiko bonse tuli mazambian and bonse tula rufyanya and tunamwa families umyeso mo tufuma mu mundu pwa tatukwata mo opinions ya mwene. We don't agree on all the things but twalikatana. I think that's a diversity that we see even in Zambia.
Father, can I ask a question? Father, can I ask a question? The Lusaka Archdiocese has called for a special mass for Monday 5th January 2025 in solidarity with the Archbishop. Your bosses, the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops, have said,
hello?
Your bishops, you can hear me? Hello? Hello? You can hear? Yeah. Your bishops, the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops have issued a very strong statement. Have you read it?
Yes, I've read it.
They've said this is not a matter of the rule of law. This is an attack on the church and her leadership. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do agree. I do agree.
Okay. No, I thought maybe you were not aware of these.
I was referring to some of our viewers, some of the people who are contributing.
No, there was only one. There was only one single caller who was referred to the tribe, and you know, I am very categorical on this forum that we don't allow that. Very, very clearly. Yeah. So I think you should have been very specific. Yeah.
Let us approach this issue carefully.
Thank you, Father. I just wanted that clarification. Thank you very much. And I would like to tell you that on this program, we don't promote any tribal. In fact, we condemn tribalism. It's one of the reasons we condemn President Hakainde Hichilema for his tribal practices. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Father. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Oh, we lost that caller. Hello, caller, please
Hello,
tell.
Mwamba.
And I'm Mwamba.
Lisa calling from the United States, Mwamba.
Yes, Lisa.
Yes, Mwamba. I would like to urge all the Catholic to stand on Monday to carry whatever they can carry. If it's a rosary, a cross, whatever they used to pray with, to accompany our bishop. Age can never win this battle at all. We were in distraction when he took the head of ECL, but not today. We are not in distraction, Mwamba. Whatever it shall take for us to save that bishop, we will do it. Mwamba, the bishop should now know who is cooking for him, because HH wants his head. And if HH wants his head, he will do everything to bring him down. But we should be vigilant, because the Bible says we should even be careful like a snake. The bishop should know who cooks for him. If it was me, the bishop should be cooking for himself. Even in the vehicle, the bishop should be wearing a mask, because that man is looking for him now. Because HH wants to get what he wants, but not now. Israel has already paid the price, and we will not lose the bishop. We will not lose the bishop. On the 14th of August, that HH will be in exile if he wants to play, because he has taken our country and turned it into mafiaism. I don't know if this word exists in English. The country is surrounded with mafias. Because he wants to lead. No. This time, he has really touched on a wrong button. Catholica, come out. Come out on Monday. That man won't do anything. If you come out in mass, no leader can stand you. HH, we have to attack HH now. He won the Bill 7 because no one stood up. But this time he shouldn't bring his mafia because he's a liar. He's a liar, a criminal. He comes up and says that it is going to bring peace, and yet he wants to get what he wants, but not today. But Mama, that's what I wanted to contribute.
Thank you very much.
Should go out and take the bishop where he's going to go. And the bishop should be wearing a mask from today, because that man is looking for him. That man wants his head, but he won't get it. It's only ECO his head, and he has paid the price for that. On the 14th, if his place is not exiled, I don't know, HH will catch him. We'll catch him with our own hands, that man. Thank you, Mr. Mwamba.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. We continue to hear from you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Mwabombeni. Mkwai, make your contribution, my brother.
indala mati bantu bali kuingilisha mu maseozi ngatwaya kuyonipi twali abantu abagakirwe n'abafire I don't think atwali ufire profia yupa kuleta democracy twali safi mana pali lero ngatwaya sawa mwamba ndio ba president bakwete tumira ndoto bali kwatero bali mu opposition kwa ba mortgage babikati twali mwana kwa mfumo oko shaimine okuya mukwikala oko ba president babasungire era nokubona ntukushali mwino kuba tumwana wesu ngomuntu wesu nalusyanya ishachitire kandi byabishinga chitika pali lero ba president wesu ati baleteka mucharo chesu cha Zambia chote tusumirisha umuntu kuyangala kuri mortgage yabo ko tomwenda kono kwine kuchimbola abana bangala kuja twalitire condemn kwanza kuti awu tachinga wamo but kuli bena included na supporters wabo even today achiri bale support ngatwalolesha pali lero ba president wesu sile kuchitika apamfo yaba etika chakwarungu kama information yale pa social media mwamona abantu balelanda malaisa monoru badoko lulefumina abalelanda bale punda katungira finshifya msango fi nomba ilelo ba chief ba president ba priest wesu bishop bali kipanda balanda babeta kwati balusfa ba president abatarabo.
Oh, I think, but we got your point, my brother. Even if you are cut, I think we got your point. Let's pick some more calls. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Where I'm calling from because of the situation which is happening in our country.
That's okay. You can make your contributions.
Okay, my contribution is what is happening in our country. There's no rule of law. And I believe baleta mbaba HH amaka bapiraya yafumafe kubantu mamonaka, and Christ is the man who touches the priest of God. Emmanuel Mwamba, the rule of the church is to look after the people and to speak for the people. Bishop Tekwat is a politician. No. That's a big no. He's not a politician. Even Jesus Christ, that's why people, they think like Jesus Christ was a politician. No. He was speaking for people abalandanga ifwe. No mefbaleshta barentamba ba HH bareumfwa ba OP, they are listening. Ama soldier they are listening. What they are doing in our country, it is nonsense. But Emmanuel Mwamba, I'm telling you, we are divided in our heart. We should not even cut the bush. Let's just be ahead and speak the reality. We are divided. The Tonga people are arresting the Bemba people. Sorry to use this language, but that's what is happening. If you are a Bemba or a Easterner, mwenye bantu waikata, bananikana baba balusambo, balikana oko bafunya, bamuniazu balikana bafunya. If you make a tire, it is totally nonsense. If this man, he has got the heart and ears, and once over his system, government comes and go. But I'm telling you the truth, we are divided. HH has divided the nation. We are divided, I'm telling you. If you won't think wisely and twice, we'll be divided. I'm telling you. Do not be wise in your own eyes. That's what the Bible says. Do not be wise in your own eyes. There are people who are looking at you. When a wise person is surrounded by foolish people, he does what is foolish. Those people are advising HH whatsoever they are doing. They should not touch the bishop. He is playing with fire. I am telling you, Emmanuel Mwamba. I am telling you, we believe all those words he was using, you will be accountable. And I'm telling you the truth. The day HH will be caught, that reform Musunguru won't say from outside, like what happened already. Elala by HH, he has got a crime pending, treason, pure forestry, motorcades. Piafina Babon Fashion to block by issue of meaning Pama election, 2026, that is not reachable. That's what will happen. The Bible says that effort don't know, effort can't kuriwe. If everybody tell HH, nobody in fear, we are not happy as members, but HH are listening to me. We are not happy.
My brother, make your points out when we latch. Hello, my brother. No, like our dear priest from California advised, we know the emotions are very high, we know the anger is high, but let us not use tribe. Let us not be divisive. Remember, we are standing in solidarity with a man of God who knows no tribe, who knows no ethnic affiliation. If President Hakainde Hichilema is practicing tribalism, we condemn him, but we shouldn't even ourselves practice tribalism even in our speech. So I hope that you have followed that guidance. Hello, caller, just hold on. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
My name is Mr. Imonze.
Yes, my brother. Make your contributions.
First of all, I would like, I'll go direct to the point. I'll say, Mr. Inde Hichilema and this failed government, they have divided this nation. They have started attacking the church. And one thing Mr. Inde Hichilema should know that the church started long time ago. Kale church kulanda kwa balanda. And the history of Yabali Kipanda Washkofu. When he was installed as a bishop of Soresi Diocese, I believe Mwamboko Mwalimu 2009 in November. The day of his installation, Badilandepo Kuliwa late president Vesua Mwanasa. Badilandepo. He attacked the president, he told them the truth. No, if you do it like this and this. Later on, Twalweteko Washkofu Bambi. But Dion, no Oregon, by Emeritus Bishop Bampundu, Valelanda. Tatua mwene pati, ute kwa wonso wambo kufuaili kishe Milandu, yotu wambio kubakaka, tuambo kulembama, leta kuromu, kwa tiyo tuwamifisheshe, tumwe kwa ti, baba funyepo, wabashkofu, no. And Mr. Hichilema and his government, they should know that the Catholic Church, they can't temper. They don't just operate, we are emanate to more quite, no, they are going to remove this. We know the agenda. But they are pushing that His Lordship Dr. Rick Banda should be removed from Sakach Diocese, but the church doesn't work like that. So by Hichilema, I want to tell him that you are fighting a losing battle, and there's a sheer waste of time fighting the church. Church ilandira kwabalanda, church ilandira kwabatwate chibayilandire. Katolika kali amba. Ero Katolika kabako omuyaya. Baka inde before tabalafyalwa Katolika kwali. Nobuteko uli wonso kwaisa Katolika ko yaba kulokushita kufuka babuteko. Katolika irafika ile ndishe mbira nsoma no kulanda n'abantu. So baka inde Hichilema ba government babo. You should remember those words to say ababantu ba Katolika kale bambu kulandira kwa balanda. Uli wonse kateko waisa konga rufyanya balamuweba no na urufyanya. Not to come over Shuma people. But if Shuma people are ready to call Kutarumbi, moments where our president Baka in the Hichilema, but I told no Totavarium forward. It is Secretary General, the UPND, Mr. Imenga, is on record calling the bishop as a Lucifer. Tapava Poi, he was a Tonga police of Samoa. Indeed, Mr. Hichilema he has divided this nation. But I want to. Now, from the Sham, because very inside Balo, even back to our opposition. I want to know what they are doing, watch the party Bill 10, Bill 7, sorry. I want to know the Shafi. I want to Chileva Kalipentequat, I want to very enough you could we are dealing with a dictator. We have a dictator in State House by the name of Mr. Inde Hichilema. But Mr. Inde Hichilema, he will not be a president forever. Mr. Inde Hichilema, he was voted by the people of Zambia. And the people of Zambia, they are going to evaluate him on 13th August in the coming few months if he has performed. So even if it doesn't work, power belongs to people. Natasha Sana.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you. Yeah, we continue to receive your phone calls and your contributions. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Hello. He's got bad network. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
This is Mwila Gwadia from Northwestern.
Thank you, Mwila. Make your contributions.
Yes, Vamambo from the Fakulanda Kofakovasi. Ndakavareka va Archbishop Vahavika. Vastifu Valefua Vaisis. Nistorava Pera Maka. We need to intimidate him to say
takakongesho lefora because already nakamukurandati tukamifurish pa police. I think number one say because HH of Tarefora, Shakovat Savanto Kuyama streets. He wants to maintain that image. It's international. Tarefora international community average. So we need to go there. We need to force ourselves to go in the streets so that people by international level, we need to intimidate HH that we are not going to.
Thank you very much. I had said earlier that the thief wants to steal in peace. When a thief comes into your house, the first thing the thief wants to do is order. The thief wants peace and order as he's taking away your goods, as he's raping your wife or children. The thief wants peace when he's doing that. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Mr. Mwamba.
Good evening.
Okay, Mr. Mwamba, this is Innocent. I'm calling you from Lusaka.
Switch off the other device, my brother. You can hear the feedback from the other device.
Okay, I'm calling you from Lusaka.
Thank you.
Yes, first and foremost, Mwamba, ndevo kulanda kupali ili ashiraba Bishop Walikipanda. Me, I'm not a Catholic, you understand? But there is need to kuchindika bashima pepa. Tuleberenga mapepa, tule muna ili ashiraba bashima pepa kuri afumiri. If really it was a gift, in particular from the former head of state, pali noshitawa rungu nukufuwa walifwa. Then nomberi ashiriabu kakulingana na briefing yoto from the DEC Director General clearly it is something that is worrisome. If we background, for my citizens, background, we are able to hear one issue. So for me, I think it's my prayer that as they preside over this issue, and yet bachitene chisuma ichala vika ubweshe mitima y'abantu banji. Catholic is a very big organization, and kumona na statement yale isaba Mwamba na kisakamika. So na parit for me I can only say 10 week program yonse ya bishop umawoko ya mwinereza no take for balechita tumonere safe yara twafa. Personally, I'm not of the idea that I want to wakayeshindika ba bishop kulia kiba bashindika baloya na bambi abenga oshindika not to image intangombe bantu icho chikale to bwafya
Vaichire mabale chitashani, my brother, vaichire mabale chitashani.
Mwamba, knowing you and knowing how a good person you are.
Naipisha fe question.
Brother. So, echo ndera ndachakwe bati abakaya kulia ngabaya abantu bakatolika bengi. If they go there, ifika tumka monizilimbi. Awakola abafumamkulanda tukaba police. What is going to happen to the police? They will try to displace those people, cover confusion.
Are the people going to be violent? Who's going to be violent? Is it the police or our people?
We've seen examples even during the former president, people would pass and all that, which is not too good.
My advice to you is evil reigns because good people like you sit down. They hope for the best. You want the Archbishop to go alone. You think that this is doing this in goodwill and that this is just following the law. Are you aware of what's happening in our country? Are you aware of what's happening in our country? You know, you are like those people that were telling Hitler that we should leave Hitler as president, was elected by many people, and at the end of it, you had 6 million lives lost. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Ambassador Ndiranda Famashu yabiri bamukonge bagwera. Kina kimwa ko ambassador nga chakweba kichea mwashikana wa community abantu bapano pa platform yenu bayumfira ko ilya ko yafumine ku Italy yaro ndorowele pamulando aba bishop kuichale ngeri okweba ati balekye okulasumira ma invitation ko babeta ku State House nefyo baire mukunda kwa ku Italy problem yo bakwete kinatemwa because ngana londoro na randa po ekishumfike sana byapanga impact so na ngomere bamwamba kinatemwa bampera ko ya audio.
Okay, let me get it. Let me find it. I'll try to find it. Thank you very much. Thank you. A gentleman is asking that there was a call yesterday. I'll get it if before we go. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Anonymous, Honorable.
Yes, Anonymous.
How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you.
Ini udawafi opo tufikire manje apa watamula konga washima pepo manje apa manje okuya kunta yinto wakula konga nenganga aho chashupa manje apa ifintu na official bested bale mura popana ngani padi life ya abantu nangu bafolishe banani kana abashafole ndalama bakuifala ye ako batwala matabo batwale fwa bale betulera nda peri ashira nani kana ilia ba bishop wa mwebantu bishop finshi bachita ba bishop mwebantu finshi bachita mulanto bakwalisa ba bishop ombeni fya ma promises bayitishe cyo mwalandire nondife fumule chita ombeni fya abantu fo mwalandire chiteni fo few ma promises yene nti mwatambula kungana bashima pepo manje bashima poso bakalala ndakoni shikuba konka bonse fikula bakonka nefishiri street nefishiri monika buno fintu watambula konka bashima pepo aho lesaka bali mulaba ukula nefe chinga esaka balekererepo tetumule kunkumwana wakwale sangifi aho ufuna chikwate filma mwambale sali mipala ale mishita protect konzoko muti.
Thank you very much, my brother. Let's continue to receive the calls. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello.
Yes, caller.
Honorable Mwamba, calling from Lusaka, Innocent. Honorable, we are getting what you are saying. It's the concern of every citizen. So what I can say is my message, I don't want to focus on the issue to do with the bishop for now. The reason why I'll talk about something else is because I know that you are also part of the opposition. Honorable Mwamba, by opposition in particular, in PF, you are a letdown to the Zambian people.
Akulanda muntu and you are alive.
The level where you are, having served under President Chiluba as what you've reached a very highest level in politics to advise. What is happening in your party, which is the PF, is very unfortunate. Instead of concentrating on a unit of purpose, the system leaves much to be desired. Even you are a presidential candidate, but given my brother.
My brother, you are going to distract us. We have a topic. The Conference of Catholic Bishops have issued a statement. They've said the DEC call out is an attack on the church and her leadership. And they're saying the bishop has been under attack from 2022, and they've said this is just a culmination of the attack on the bishop. That is a topic. When you find
talk about your confusion in PF.
when we have a topic on the issue of the PF, you'll be encouraged to call and air your views. So if you have no thoughts about the current topic, please, there is a queue, as you can hear behind you, of people that wish to contribute. So thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Anonymous.
But Anonymous, make your contributions.
Yes, I want to make a contribution over the summoning of the bishop.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you are Mwamba Verified. These are the last kicks of a dying horse. If you alleged to reach them,
Uh-oh, we have lost you there, my brother. Speak through your microphone.
yes, I'm speaking on the microphone.
Okay.
Are you getting me?
Now we can get you.
Yes. The bishop should just go alone, and they don't want people to accompany him. That is a non-starter. Himself, when he was in opposition, he used to go with his cadres behind him. And the Bishop Dr. Alec Banda is a shepherd, and he has a flock. And you don't expect him to move alone. And what he's doing now is playing with fire. What we're about to see this year, Mwamba, Chala to Peshamanwich. Because you cannot summon a bishop, an archbishop. If there was really an issue over that vehicle, why didn't he just call the bishop on his own and have a good conversation and ask how he acquired that vehicle? Because Dr. Bishop Alec Banda did not go to ZRA to go and buy that vehicle. That vehicle was gifted to him. Why don't they call the person who gifted that vehicle to him to come and explain how he acquired that vehicle? So if you finish Mwamba, Nipanotoli, I make my contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Make your call, make your contributions. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yes, good evening. I'm Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm calling from the Kingdom.
Yes, my brother.
You see, Ambassador Mwamba, the rule of law in Zambia has been compromised, meaning that people are living in fear by enforcing them to do on cyber laws. The surprise thing is that, when HH was in opposition, whenever he was summoned to the courts, he used to go with the cadres, to accompany the courts of laws there. But why this time is he refusing the Archbishop crew to follow him to the courts to be summoned there? That's a fallacy. Number 2 point which I want to put a point in is that it seems they want to silence Bishop Banda, because Bishop Banda is a mouthpiece to the poor people in Zambia. He's the only clergy who speaks on the behalf of the Zambians. The rest of these pastors, bishops have been compromised. The bank envelopes. He's the one who is standing tall that now in Zambia. So the reason why they want to silence him is because he is a crowd puller. If only Zambian can rise to the occasion and defend the moral standard of democracy, then this UPND won't be anywhere. But that now, Zambia is on crossroads as we speak right now. The other point I want to talk about is look at the debt personnel, Nelson Banda. He's bringing issues which are not even adding up. That vehicle which was given to Archbishop Banda, it was a gift of deed, meaning that it was not the owner who bought that vehicle. Someone bought the vehicle and gave it to Alec Banda. Why can't they summon the original owner of the Hilux to the courts or to the deck officers? This is what we call propaganda. I don't know what Zambians are so much quiet on this issue. This is a very simple issue. Let's rise up to the occasion and defend democracy which we fought for as Zambia. I submit.
Thank you very much. There are so many calls, but let's do a recap. Why we are having this special broadcast. The Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops have issued a very strong statement. They've stated that this call out by DEC has nothing to do with the rule of law. It has nothing to do with pursuit of an alleged crime or stolen public property. They are very clear. This is a coordinated attack against the church, her leadership, and a dissenting voice. Dr. Alik Banda has been a very strong voice against, the misrule and misgovernance of our country. He also defended his priest. Remember Father Anthony Salangeta, when he challenged the president about his economic statistics, that they meant nothing if it didn't translate to food on the table. So the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops have issued that very strong statement that this matter has nothing to do with the rule of law. It's just systematic harassment and humiliation of a very strong voice or a leader in the church. That's what this is all about. They've said Archbishop Alik Banda has consistently faced attacks. You are aware that Causeway, an online media which is run from State House by State House media staff, if there is anyone they've spewed so much hate and tribal speech, it has been Dr. Alik Banda. All of us are victims of Causeway, but there is no one other than President Lungu and Archbishop Alik Banda who have suffered the hate speech humiliation. And President Hakainde Hichilema has never followed the rule of law. DEC or the police have never followed the rule of law, because President Hakainde Hichilema runs Causeway Media. That has sustained these very negative, deliberate attacks on Archbishop Alik Banda. You have the Secretary General of the UPND, who called Dr. Alik Banda as a Lucifer of Zambia. When we called for the police to arrest Mr. Batuke Imenda, he was protected by the state. My dear brother Sean Tembo went a step further and began a private prosecution. The director of public prosecution came and discontinued that case. They protected Batuke Imenda. When Douglas Yakalima, the Minister of Education, called the people of Luapula as inherently dour, that they are not intelligent, President Hakainde Hichilema never punished that man. He never dismissed him. He never reprimanded him. And when a private prosecution against those remarks against the people of Luapula were issued, Douglas Yakalima again was protected by the DPP, who came again to discontinue that case. The Conference of Catholic Bishops have said this is a matter of intimidation, harassment, and persecution directed at the Catholic Church and her leaders. They've also stated that this action is a wound to the body of Christ, and it threatens the moral fiber and unity of our nation. Look at the division that has just emerged on this matter. And they've stated that the church must remain free to speak to truth to power and to comfort the afflicted and to guide Zambia towards a future rooted in our motto, One Zambia, One Nation. President Hakainde Hichilema is not taking us to a One Zambia, One Nation. He's dividing us, but through our tribes and now, religious division. We've never seen this kind of religious division that he's promoting. And everyone now is talking about this clear standoff between the SDA and the Catholic Church. It is no longer just tribe. It's just not just dividing us, that you are UPND, we are PF. You are Bemba, we are Tongas. Is now dividing us even on our religious line. This is not the Zambia we desire. We desire a Zambia that is united in spirit, united in our diversity, not a Zambia that is divided by this. What else have they said? They've stated that dialogue and mutual respect should have been the way to go, and there have been two developments. Civil society leader Brebna Changala is calling on all political and civil society leaders to go and pray with the faithfuls tomorrow at 7 hours at the Cathedral of Child of Jesus. But on Monday, The church itself, the Lusaka Archdiocese, have issued a statement that there will be a special mass, a solidarity mass in honor of Dr. Alec Banda at 8 hours on Monday, 5th January, before everyone now escorts him to DEC. Chibanga filat watch today. The followers of Jesus Christ, they ran away. Washila fewa mayowa Mary and Mary Magdalene to escort Jesus to the cross. Let us all rise. Let us all walk with Archbishop from the cathedral at 9 hours. We take him to the DEC on Monday. So there are two commitments, civic duty that you are being called upon. Tomorrow, go and pray with the faithfuls that are whose shepherd is under attack. Tomorrow at the Cathedral of Child Jesus on Nalikinkata Road. On Monday, the Lusaka Archdiocese has called for a special mass at 8 hours, in which when that special mass is done, then everyone should escort the Archbishop to the DEC offices. And like I said, this has nothing to do with the rule of law. ZMBC and mass media and UPND want to convince you that this is just a matter of rule of law. If it was a matter of rule of law, Nelson Banda would not have released that jet worth $50 million, which was surrendered to the state. It was forfeited to the state. He didn't even follow the law. When a property like a jet is a substantial asset of the state, it requires in its release that you go to Parliament. That's what Article 210, Sabbatical 2 says. Any disposal of an asset like that, a major asset, Mopani, KCM, or FQM, or in this case, a $50 million jet, you can't just give it away. Nelson Banda gave it away. Nelson Banda should come and tell us what law he followed to release a jet surrender to the state, a jet worth $50 million. He gave it away. So if he's worried about the state of the law, if he's worried about the rule of law, why isn't he pursuing the $3.5 billion that has been stolen this year alone, according to the Financial Intelligence Center report on illicit financing and illicit export of our money? Why isn't he pursuing $3.5 billion? You have Musokotwane, who celebrates $188,000 when it's $188 million when it's released by the IMF. Musokotwane camps in Washington to look for $1.3 billion. For 4 years, Musokotwane has camped in Washington to look for $1.3 billion. Here, Nelson Banda, here it is. $3.5 billion of our money has disappeared. What are you doing about it, you and your anti-money laundering? You want to pursue a Toyota Hilux, a vehicle which was bought by an employee of ZRA, a vehicle that was paid and receipted by an employee of ZRA. How the employee gifted it to the Archbishop should never be your concern. You should have gone to ZRA, apprehended the officer, prosecute him or whoever he stole that vehicle with, obtain a conviction that this is a stolen item. At this stage, that Hilux is not stolen. It has not been established anywhere that it is stolen. So you can't first term it as a process of crime. Go to the root, prosecute, demonstrate that this Hilux has been stolen. You have not done so. So 2 major events tomorrow. Go and pray with the Catholic faithfuls at the cathedral. Stand with them. Their leader is under attack. Then on Monday, the Lusaka Archdiocese has called for this mass at 8 hours before you can escort the Archbishop to Lusaka. I've heard a lot of threats at Kababa police. Abantu besunga baletina ba police. The colonial police were very ruthless. They were very violent. Ushabantu besu bachiluba basata babiwa imwila ba Nevas Mumba and others. Not Nevas Mumba, sorry. Christian Tembo, General Mianda. Ushinga balipokela obuntu nga baletina ba police mu 1991. Nanguine ichile mangaletina ba police. Ushinga liwini nebu presidents. So why do they want to demonstrate fear? In fact, maybe we should start these lessons. Kuno, like America. If you're going for a demonstration and there'll be the police, they even teach how it should be done. Barasambidisha. At muye na handkerchief na mensh. Nga posa ba police tear gas. Mwaitira pwa mensh. But police in Gabaisa, they want to fire you. Mwaikala punch bonse. Don't run away. Because when you run, you cause confusion. And it gives justification to the police like you were violent. And therefore they were maintaining law and order. But in Gabaisa, police, once mwaikala punch. Let's see if they'll brutalize anyone who's peaceful and who's seated down. And the cameras will be there. It will be live on social media. So maybe we need to teach one another of how to conduct a peaceful civil process, because the police have a habit of threatening that they are maintaining law and order, yet they are the perpetrators of violence. They are the ones that unleash tear gas. So at Yamuasalangana, they can shoot or they can justify that you are a violent group. So let us support. Mahatma Gandhi used to teach. These are the tactics that Dr. Kaunda used. They are peaceful tactics of how to ensure that you express yourself freely without any interference from any authority. So ngabaisa wabutuma tear gas mwaitira pwa menshi. Ngabaisa they charge against you mwaikala punch bone. So you all just sit down. Let's see if they'll bring those cars and run over peaceful people. Let's see if we'll have a Tiananmen Square in Zambia. We have to be peaceful. We have to express ourselves that, Mr. President, you stole the Constitution. We will not allow to brutalize a dissenting, strong voice in our country. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Donosca, and I'm calling from Italy.
Father Donosca, wonderful. Please make your contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the beautiful program. Indeed, it's a wonderful program, and I appreciate the many contributions this evening. I associate with the many people who are. We can perceive that people are very much worried. We are all worried because we love our country. We have no hate for any individual in Zambia. We just love our country since independence. 61 years ago, our country has been a key of peace, a key of freedom in the Southern Sahara. So we can also understand now the worry and the sadness in the faces of many Zambians. Now my contribution. I'd like first of all to answer, to say something on what I think. There was a priest from a chaplain from California, was it? Yeah. Caroline or California? Yes. There was a chaplain from California, not only the chaplain from California, also from the priest who called yesterday anonymous on Chair's platform, and many other Zambians. Today, I am impressed. Many callers by Emmanuel Mwamba have not hidden their identities. Today, people have not been calling with the anonymous title, but most of them, they have expressed their names and their identity. This is significant and this is important. I know President Akande Chiloma is listening. I know Cornelius Mwetwa is listening. I know the deck chairman, I've just forgotten his name.
Nelson
I think
Banda.
he's called Banda. Yes,
Nelson
I
Banda.
know. Nelson. I know Nelson Banda is listening, and many other UPND colleagues and all the country, Zambia, they are listening. Now, when you talk about, I'm a Catholic, I go back to the canon 335 I showed you last time to say, well, the responsibility of a bishop is not an individual. I want to correct Jacques Muwe, Cornelius Mwetwa, and the Secretary General of the PF, who is called Batuke Mbenda. I would like to correct them because they are not Catholics, so let me correct them. I cannot accuse them of anything. but we would like to correct the narrative here. Bishop Banda is not an individual. Canon 356 of the Catholic Canon Law, book number 2. If you can go on the internet, get that information, please. If you just like reading and stating the truth, go and read for yourself. You understand the meaning of a Catholic bishop. In this case, we are talking about Bishop Banda. Question: why Bishop Banda? I would like to respond to, especially to the UPND supporters. You are not my enemies, because I supported Hakainde Hichilema when PF was on power. I personally, the reason why I speak so strongly is because I supported Hakainde Hichilema. But this is not the Hakainde Hichilema I supported. The Hakainde Hichilema was supported is the one who told me, Bafada Mpombo, I will rule the country with the rule of law. I will respect the constitution. And Zambia is going to have 24 hours of business transactions. And we are going to solve the problem with electricity, because in Dubai there is no rainfall, and in Zambia, and all the things that the Zambian people, they have understood. Mwamba, the Zambian people, unlike some of my colleagues, I cannot disclose what I have on my phone. What do I have on my phone? While President Hakainde Hichilema, if he's listening, you remember very well what happened when I invited you to come to the seat of the Vatican and meet the Holy Father. It was not the intention of you, Your Excellency, President Hakainde Hichilema, to come to Rome. You were going towards Brussels, where you pronounced that beautiful speech that Zambia is now in the Champions League. You remember, Your Excellency, you remember that discussion, that beautiful presentation. Zambia now is in the Champions League, and everyone in Europe, everyone in Brussels, they clapped for you. We see now that we have not even qualified to the African nations, but you told the world, Zambia is now back in the Champions League. So I thought it wise, but President, can you pass through Rome? Come and see this old man. It was Pope Francis by then. Come and get the blessings from this man. When we did these preparations, then I was removed from the team who did. Nine want to prepare. Nine want to invite Your Excellency. I don't know who removed me from the team, but people with goodwill. You attack Bishop Banda. Anybody is innocent before proven guilty. I reckon he is an innocent person. Ero mwasa basta mfunyapo pa timu. Newa pekenye, ni newa na mchise invite bakateka. Newa pekenye, basta mfunyapo. Aba mfunyishepo palaini, I don't know. I don't want to discuss this matter. But what I want to say is this. I still have the details and the registration of that meeting. I cannot share that one on the public media because my intention is not to offend the reputation of our leader, because we respect you as our leaders. We have respected you as the President of the Republic of Zambia. We are just against the methodology you are using, not allowing the opposition political parties to function. And all what has happened, everyone has listened. So I am not going to share with anyone what I have, but Your Excellency, you remember. The people, Chela Tukuta, you remember. You were there, you were the photographer. You know it because we bought also some shoes for you, Chela Tukuta. We offered you some shoes. We went into the shop. We bought you the shoes. You remember very well. There are certain things that we have done. We cannot mention on this platform because we respect our president, but do not provoke a leadership like Bishop Banda, and you think that is just a single person. We are here in Rome because Bishop Banda sent me here when he was a bishop in Ndola Diocese. We are here. This bishop you are attacking, he has educated some of us. Now, let's talk about the question of the reason why Bishop Banda has been called, basing on motoka ya Hilux. I want to give this Baba Katolika. Now, the deck, Nelson Banda, you are a Catholic. Nelson Banda, you are a Catholic. If you are a Catholic, Nelson Banda, I hope you are not telling the lies. But if you are a true Catholic, please listen to me. Listen to these words. Nelson Banda, we have examples in the Catholic Church. Padre Pio of Padre Pio is in a town called San Giovanni Rotondo here in Italy. Padre Pio, very famous priest, he constructed a hospital worth 1.8 million euros. Where did Padre Pio get the money when he doesn't work? He was just a priest. Because of the gifts of the well-wishers. Who else? Mother Teresa de Calcutta. Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Mother Teresa came from Albania. She went to work in India. She worked for the poor. Mother Teresa of Calcutta did not want to have cash in her coffers, but she received gifts. And one of the people where she received the gift was the Princess Diana. The conversation between Princess Diana and Mother Teresa of Calcutta at the airport at Heathrow was this: Mother, you are a special person. What you do, I can't do it. What can I do for you? Mother Teresa of Calcutta told Princess Diana, can you look at my poor people, my less privileged people in India? Those who are smelling because they sleep on the garbage. Those who have wounds because they are licked by dogs. Look, pay everything you want and pay for my poor people. Mother Teresa of Calcutta was given the prize, Oscar. She won an Oscar award, and all the money she went into charity, and she constructed hospitals and homes for poor people. Iwe, Nelson Banda, if you are a Catholic, do you know Bishop Dennis de Jong in Ndola? Do you know how many things Bishop Dennis de Jong constructed? Do you remember Father? Let me use, I don't want to make mistakes here now. Do you remember Father Mia? Do you remember Father Joseph Vedicchio in Kalulushi? Do you remember Father Umberto in Ndola Diocese? Do you remember Bishop Banda when he constructed in Ndola Diocese the office of Curia? Go and ask Bishop Piri and ask him who constructed the office of Curia in Ndola. You will be told it was Bishop Banda. Then from there we go to who else? Many examples. Now, Van Nelson Banda, if you are a Catholic, let this sink into your heart. Let this sink into your heart and into your wife's heart. The Catholic Church, you cannot compare it with owning community house. The Catholic Church has properties, sanctuaries, worthy billions and billions and billions of euros. Not when you're talking about some small change. How do you reduce a bishop like Bishop Banda to these games? If you are a Catholic, I order you tomorrow, go for confession to your parish priest. Go for confession. Kneel down to your parish priest. Ask for confession and tell your parish priest all what you are talking about. Remember, a parish priest is persona in Christi. That's Latin. Persona in Christi. He acts like this Christ in person. So go to your parish priest, confess, tell him whether you are telling the truth or whether you are telling the lies. If you are telling the lies, remember, President Haka and Hichilema will not be there. When you will be presented before God's judgment, when your wife will be presented before God's judgment, the Catholic Church does not do politics of Nevers Mumba. The Catholic Church does not do politics of Father Frank Walia. The Catholic Church does not do politics of Chirufya Tayali. The Catholic Church serves the poor, the widows, the orphans, the sick, the less privileged, and people with no voice. I won't say anything regarding the Vatican because it's a high office. I can just make my own witness and advise the UPND. The stance you have taken is wrong. Let us convert to God, all of us, beginning from me. I need conversion, repentance. What is happening in a country, it's going to affect each and every one. Let us repent to God. By UPND, EF, any political party, members of parliament, by members of parliament, especially those who betrayed the Zambian people, let all of us repent to God. Let's ask for forgiveness from God. Let's ask God to have mercy on us. I hope we can even bury the body of Israel, because this is an abomination. This is a scandal before God and before humanity. Thank you so much. May God bless you.
Thank you, Father. Thank you very much. Father Oscar Mwansa Pombo from Italy. Thank you for those thoughts. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, Mwamba. This is from Livingston.
Yes, make your contribution, my brother from Livingston.
Thank you so much. Concerning the happenings between government and the Catholic Church, I think what President Hakainde Hichilema is thinking is as though he is trying to flex his muscle towards the church. But someone was just telling me that it protest back cancelling in area. Naturally. I think one other thing about Mwamba in the Paris situation, I think Zambians they must not get so much worried about it, because church in the but president was vaivusha church kuva tinomba inchita yakulandira kwa vantu yaafrika. I think when you look at what for example our late president Dr. Edgar Chagarum was talking about, he was giving Zambians so much hope, and he said that even if I'm not there, we are always going to have plan B. So I think plan B aparomba yambo kufunguruka, because church ya ikalile, church isharefo kuitumpa mukuruisha sana mwudeko. Abe ni Hakainde church bayichonkomona babushenkara mwirarire. I think for punish a bishop, but on the other hand, they are triggering the church. They are wounding the church because the church, their main focus is to help the poor. Just like the foundation, your patriotic front, it is pro-poor, and the church is always going to align with the poor. So for this particular situation, I think in our opportunity to can share protest, our access forum, I think I take up ambali. Number this time, and I'm going if they try to master it to campaign. But I think what kind of what I'm going to do, number, Ukuranshana and Muchilonganino, the Trafuk, a program, a campaign number, Muchilonganino, train the furniture, could consequence to the Rekoresha to event to Fivili, Kusarin Dungurushi, no Kusakuri Kabumba. And for this particular one, I'm just calling upon Amazambians once, especially those that are surrounding, that might be in Lusaka, and those that are capable to travel to Lusaka. I think, especially per Monday, we just have to be there for our bishop. And my Robert Lusaka once, let us come out in numbers and make sure that we support our bishop, Kuchei Ishmael.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. I think the message is very clear. We'll now be closing. So if you're making your call, let me hear the last callers. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Ambassador, my name is Uncle Jay. I'm calling you from New Jersey.
Yes, Uncle Jay. Make your contribution.
Thank you so much. Let me just add my voice. What has happened today, it's that saying, this arrogance of our government, where they feel they don't fear anybody, regardless of who they are, they feel they can drag them and do whatever they want to do with them. It's going to cost them. And for me, this is basically the beginning and the downfall of UPND. This is an election year. No one would dare touch the Catholic. They are in millions. Those other governments understood the contribution that the Catholic Church has made in education sector, in health sector, just, in short, just in the social sector of our country. And these have no regard. The arrogance, when you hear them speak, the Maxim Ways and others, it's just out of this world. But tomorrow, as people attend Mass, even on Monday, let people go there and give solidarity to the Archbishop. Zambia has always been and will always be a nation for the people, not for a too few that think, being given power by God's grace, people handed it over to them thinking they would save them, but they've turned out to be the most ruthless, useless, the worst government we ever experienced in Zambia. What they've shown us, see how they've been, going around picking everyone that was associated with the former president, Edgar Chagwarungu. Anyone that was associated with them is a problem. We pray that this is the beginning of the end of UPND. I thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, Mwamba. 1 minute. This is Mama T once more.
Yes, Mama T.
I just want to urge, I just want to urge people out there, those who are like scared, saying, we should not go there, this and that. Like we are saying, he started slowly. He started by small, doing this into panono, reaction yabantu. And then if we keep on saying that, bakaya tushitashani ba polisi. Ngefe balesta abena mama Juliet Chikamuneka. Ngataba pokere chalo. We need to liberate ourselves. We need to have a second independence in Zambia. It's very unfortunate that we need to liberate ourselves from our fellow Zambian. So if you say Akulanto Kwebatsa, let's go. Chitinta ngombe chochine chile fuaika. Echile fuaika chochine, vanamayo imeni. As long as we are not breaking other things, we are not doing things to break things muchalo. Kuima, akainde se alefua kukushta maintain image yako ku international community. Meanwhile, nishi formulo muchalo, we are slaves under him, which is not fair. Let's stand up for ourselves. No one will stand up for us. If we say no, let's leave him like that. Let him do whatever he's doing. We've tolerated him enough. Look at the people who have been prosecuted for Miranda. We heard the JJ Bandit saying the people who abducted him was Kantwa. Has those people been arrested? No. We've seen Maria Zalomis walking freely in the streets of Lusaka there. Have you seen what is happening? Open so amenso na kwata isure na amenso kuri ba bishop ko queen na bambe fifine kuri ba bishop. He's trying us. If we keep quiet, our bishop will be arrested. I can assure you, Zambians, let's rise up. Let's fight for ourselves. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me take the last calls for those that wish to make last calls, and I make my closing remarks. Let's hear from you so that we can quickly close the program. We'll have another program tomorrow, especially in light of the special mass that has been called for Monday. So if you have anything to say, quickly call so that we hear your last voice, and then I want to make my closing remarks. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Clement, make your contributions.
Bamwamba twararanda kopa ya bishop. Bamwamba pefyo idi pamande a bishop bena tuleva twara. Babarefu aba police wakesi na mati ya gas wakachiteshu barefu ya. Apa bamwamba ya kepa kupunda ti. Enough is enough, mwamona. Topera sana machansa abantu mwamona. Ifichitika badaleta kama confusion muchalo. Abantu barechula. Shima pepo ngalanda kofi soke na bishop ngabalanda kofi atiyo muleteni kuno shaina shani. Ma politics wengire mwa bishop pepeno mwando bakwete mwamona bamwamba. Yetre dia so taifa ikamucharo. Nangureba mwamba mwachiralanda. Nangu mwapari koswa media. Kuchecking ema names in comment section, ema names wantabare tukaba bishop. Kuti mwamona kama names veka ichicharo na bona ula. Tenzanda twarefu ayeki. Eche na tulemufya mpula kokya kwena aleya. Eba bishop tureba twachuka na nguchire jani. Kuko twalikuwa tureba twalanga bareko bakese na matia gas. Tulilete bamwamba ngombe we.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Mwamba.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm calling from Kitwe.
Yes, sir.
Mwamba, bagatolika febonsi fyabasu minogo bati. Kwali bamfira lesa. Maumfa, baratu mwene ku Uganda. Bani ne kitinta ngombe tabati ni nefutiyo. So bonse bagatolika fyabasu minogo titu afira lesa. Pamande, puka ekitinta ngombe tuitina mfuti tuitino mtu na ngumo iyo. Utakatifu ni pachalo mumurwa kutola shi. Filo mfana bakatolika wansi kulusa koko. Ifo tu alisumino kwa tinde ba Steven wale pola mabweni pamula ndoishi na kwalesa. Yesu na wafu li pamula ndoishi na debodi ya kwalesa. Abatakatifu wansi wanatoa mona tebale rwala ibale bipaya shina ifo papande ngakunti paya baka yipaya mfutisha bayibusha kwa ikande kirema so tukayikitinta ngombe pamande tukatine mfuti iyo fefe twasumina cyangwa twafira palilesa twemfwana cyangwa twafira palilesa uje ufira kuti no muntu ifo twalisoma na bible n'ekipingo ubushikuno bakamutente muna 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 kumfana ensoni so pamande twitine ifo balela ndabo tukayikitinta ngombe tushindike mu kwa lesa engakufura tukayofira palapen tukabikona ifa watakatifu ramfana wakatoka kurusa koko niko mfomu enso iyo bemutinya napera bamwamba.
Thank you very much. Someone has asked me to read this. He says, to our faithfuls in Lusaka, remember the sacrifice of Charles Lwanga and Kizito from Uganda, who were among 45 Catholic catechists who were executed for their faith when King Mwanga II of Buganda Kingdom demanded that he didn't want the church in the kingdom. But St. Charles Lwanga and Kizito stood by with 45 other people. And why should we be afraid to stand for a bishop? Thank you very much for that message, and thank you very much for that word of encouragement. Faithfuls in Lusaka, you are being asked to emulate the martyrs from Uganda, St. Charles Lwanga and St. Kizito. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Mr. Mwamba, thank you for allowing me to call your program. My name is George.
George, make your contributions.
Yes, Mr. Mwamba, my contribution is I do not see why, as a country, we should be pulling each other in different directions. When we come to the rule of law, if the DEC invited our bishop, his race, mistake band to appear before them, I think this issue of what people are saying, oh, we got it in Tangombe, we do it.
Hello. Mama Nangoli for Kulande, if you are wrong. Mr. Twambo Mdenda, you can go back. There's a Mr. Twambo Mdenda who's just cut. I think he wants to discourage Mr. Twambo Mdenda. You can call back. I think let me begin to make my closing remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, today we decided to have a special broadcast in light of the summoning of by DEC of the Archbishop of Lusaka. Why is this very concerning? Why is this very concerning? There's a call here. I want to... Hello, caller, please tell us your name. I want to close, but you can make your contributions. You can make your contributions. I want to close, but you can make your contributions. Kwaimayo. Kwai.
If our Catholic, Bishop Ari Banda is our shepherd. People in Panga, Tukakonka, if your shepherd was Alcoalea, if Tukaya, Mumbotirat, Bacaram, Bogotas, Senti Caranga, oh, Exita, my cherry, Tina, Leno, Kumurilo. So, shepherd also a kind of leader.
Thank you very much. A caller calling on the Catholic Women's League to go with their bishop. I was beginning to close up. Callers, you have to wait until tomorrow. Thank you for all those calling. We'll have this discussion tomorrow. Let me just make my views. Callers are very insistent. Let me make my views. We will pick your calls tomorrow. For today, I think we are done. It's been 3 hours. Let me close the program. The Archbishop of Lusaka, the Metropolitan Archdiocese of Lusaka, has been summoned to the DEC over a motor vehicle from the Zambia Revenue Authority. Why are we concerned? Why are we concerned? Okay. I noticed that Father Dorosco, you're back. Is there something you would like to say urgently before I close?
Urgently, yes, yes. I have heard that the woman, the last one was called, is from the Catholic League.
Yes.
The Women Catholic League. Now, I just want to appeal to because in the Catholic we have the Catholic League and the Men's Catholic League. We were informed that the leadership of the Women Catholic League and the Men's Catholic League were being sidelined by the nominations for people who were with the UPND. I'm appealing to the woman who just called now to say, if it is true, the leadership of the Catholic League, we know how you people work. If your leadership are pro-UPND, and if the leadership of the Men's Catholic League, they are pro-UPND, it's not bad to choose a leadership, but I'm appealing to you. The Women's Catholic League, Men's Catholic League, make a decision. Who do you want to be your leader? President Hakainde Chilema or Bishop Banda? I submit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think our caller whose line got cut is back. Caller, please make your contribution.
Okay, just a quick one, Mr. Mwamba. I know it's late in Zambia and people want to go to sleep. So, like I was saying, for me, I would want a situation where we uphold the rule of law in our country. So, the summoning of His Grace Bishop Alec Banda today, in my opinion or reasoning is, if Mr. Alec Banda, Bishop, if he's clean, let him just go there, answer the questions and whatever that they are calling him for. If not, the country will decide. They will see if he's just been victimized or not. Let's just go back a little bit.
My dear brother, have you read the statement from the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops?
I have, but
do you know who constitutes the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops?
Is it not the bishops themselves, Mr.
Do you think in their standing and estimation, the way you know them, because you're offering a contrary view and I just would like to engage you, do you think in their estimation, they don't know the rule of law?
Of course they do, but...
do you know in their estimation if they know the right to innocence? And do you know if they know the due process of the law? And if they do, why would they issue a statement like that? That number one, this is an attack on the church and her leadership. Why would they say this has nothing to do with the rule of law, but persecution and harassment of a dissenting voice?
What you're saying, Mr. Mwamba, I hear you, but can I ask
it's not me, it's the bishops. I just want you to apply yourself as you answer.
I understand what you have put, what you have communicated to me. I understand that.
No, what they have said is not me. It's not me. Let's separate me from them. I've just said what the letter said. That's why I was asking. Have you read the statement?
No, I understand what you're saying. My contribution is not to you. My contribution is to us what is happening.
I know. So make your contributions. I just wanted to understand if you are aware about the letter that the community of bishops...
Yes, I am, Mr. Mwamba, and this is why I'm saying, for me, this is my personal understanding and this is my personal position. I understand we have different views on how we look at matters. So my personal view or my point is this. I do not really think that this is an attack on the church. And by the way, me myself, I'm Catholic, baptized in Catholic. I do not really understand. I do not accept to say this is an attack on the church. Why do I say so? Because His Grace, Bishop Banda, he is an individual also, despite him reading the Archdiocese of Lusaka. If His Grace has committed a crime, like what the government is saying, the white book of that vehicle, it was in his hands, it was in his name, and not at post of page. So I do not see anything wrong if the DEC summoned our bishop, asked him about what happened, as it and that. He is able to answer. And from there, I live to say, justice will be served from there. I personally am not advocating for the issue of trying to cause anarchy in the country. I believe this issue can be solved, or it can be sorted out in an amicable way.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. We allow all voices on my platform, and our dear brother Twambo Mdenda has a contrary view, just like those senior Catholics who are holding a ministerial position. They always come out and differ with their leadership. Twambo, we appreciate your view. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Can make your short contribution so that I can make my remarks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just to speak the truth, UPND has no respect for the Catholic. And those of the people that rush into saying, no, me, I'm also Catholic, this one is an attack on Catholic. We know the angles where this whole thing is coming from. It's actually threefold. So it's understood the things that we can't speak much here. This is a total attack on the church itself. It is disrespecting the church and disrespecting Barik Banda. You can never disassociate the Archbishop from the Catholic Church. This attack is on the Catholic. So these people that keep coming, no, this is an individual. This has nothing to do with an individual, but an attack on the church itself. When they succeed with the Catholic, they'll go to another church. What they want is to silence anyone that doesn't speak what they want to hear. That is their aim. So this one is an institutional attack and has to be stopped. No one is going to cause anarchy. We are just going to stand for our bishop. That is our aim, that is our purpose, and that is our plan. UPND must know that Zambia does not belong to them alone, that they have the privilege to rule over us. Doesn't mean that they have, they have all the power to do as they please. No, it's a democracy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's begin to close. There was a prominent Lutheran pastor, a German pastor. His name is Pastor Martin Nemola. He died in 1984, but he lived from 1892 to 1984. Martin Nemola saw the rise of Adolf Hitler, the dictator who killed over 6 million Jews. And he was pro-Nazi. He sympathized. He thought that Hitler was a popular leader elected by the people. Remember, Hitler was supported by all Germans, and he won that election in a landslide victory in 1933. But Nemola quickly became a very strong critic of Hitler. And he was imprisoned. He was picked up because of his critical voice. He was a supporter, remember. He was a supporter of Hitler when Hitler came into power in 1933. And these Puritan ideas that Hitler was supporting. But he spent his life in prison from, not his life, but his critical life from 1937 to 1945. He was locked up and he was in those concentration camp. And he wrote this while he was in prison. This is what he wrote. Let me get the... He says, first, remember, he was a supporter of Hitler. So they came for the socialist. I didn't speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists. I didn't speak out because I was not a member of any trade union and I was not a trade unionist leader. He says, then they came, they came for the Jehovah's Witness, they came for groupings, they came for other groupings. Sadly, the SDA was supporting Hitler during this period. Then they came for the Jews. I didn't speak out because I was not a Jew. But when they came for me, there was no one left for me to speak for me. Martin Nemola was locked up and was in concentration camp. Lucky enough, he didn't, his life wasn't taken. And he wrote that telling message, what silence does, because you think it doesn't affect you. Well, I'm not PF. Hichilema is just going after Mwense's seat. I'm not PF. Besides, I voted against PF. Let him take Mwense. He went to Kawambwa. I'm not a member of PF. Nixon Chilangwa, yo, nabobali samwa. He took the 2 seats. Council, District Council of Chairpersonship and the MP. He went to Pambashe. Now Ronald Chitote, never PF waba. Your voice was silent at every turn. He committed an injustice. He set up a special court. First, he proceeded to go to Lumezi, picked Lumezi. He went to Mfuwe. Now they're trying to take away the seat for Tasila, illegally so, and failing to recognize the condition and circumstances that Tasila Lungu is in. They want to take the seat, and you remain quiet because you say it's a fight between the PF and UPND. This is a fight between Hakainde Hichilema and Edgar Lungu. Until he enacted those archaic, oppressive and repressive laws in the Cyber Security and Cyber Crimes Act, where he has imported speech offenses in a law that is just supposed to support cyber crimes and cyber security. But he has imported speech offenses in that law, where you can go for life. Just that word alone can send you to life imprisonment in Zambia. He has crafted oppressive laws that our people are afraid to speak because they don't know if they speak freely, if in that freedom of speaking freely, that they can be sent 25 years in jail. I am facing seditious practice, an offense I can go in for 25 years. Do you know what my crime was? My crime was I was in UK. The PF was taken over on 23rd October 2023. I came back. I was very annoyed. My dear brother, who had taken over the party, claimed that he had sealed the party secretariat. So I went live from the party secretariat to demonstrate that the party secretariat was open and that members should not be intimidated. PF members should come to the Patriotic Front. And I used very strong words there. I said, this is not the case of my brother Mao Sampa. This is State House. This is President Hakainde Hichilema attacking democracy. He's taking over the largest political party in our country. He wants a de facto one-party state. I said, we should do what South Africa does. We should rise in a nationwide strike. We should rise. They said my words were seditious, and I faced 25 years imprisonment because I spoke for democracy, I spoke for the PF, and I spoke against that injustice. President Hakainde Hichilema has fostered a dictatorship and tyranny in our country. He wants silence. You have been quiet because you thought this do not come to you. Now here is a constitution. He has enacted an illegal constitution. The attack on the constitution and its constitutional order is literally a coup d'etat. But that's what the president has done. He has overturned the constitutional order in our country. Bill 7, which was declared illegal in our constitution, has become law. It's now Article 13 of the Republic of Zambia. And we are seated. So we should remember what Pastor Martin Nemola said, that he bemoaned that his silence cost over 6 million lives. And he wished that when they came for the trade unionists, that he should have spoken. He wished that when they came for the socialists, that he should have spoken. He wished that when they went for the Jehovah's Witness, he should have spoken for them. When they came for him, who was a member of the Nazi regime, who was sympathetic to the Nazi regime, there was no one to speak for him. Archbishop Alec Banda is under attack. UPND, President Hakainde Hichilema, has sustained this attack from day one in 2021. They've accused the Archbishop of being PF, of being sympathetic to Edgar Lungu. They've abused him on their media that is run from State House. I've never seen a man who has faced so much online abuse like Archbishop Alec Banda. They've humiliated him. They've sent the police. They've sealed the cathedral, something that has never happened. Even in the autocratic fashion of Dr. Kaunda and his fight with the Catholic Church, he never closed one single church. He never sealed any church, of any church, including the cathedral. But President Hakainde Hichilema went deployed on 28th October 2024 and sealed the cathedral from 04. He had gotten the boys from Lilai and I think from Kamfinsa who came, because the cathedral, if you went that day, was sealed from both the back entrance, and that premises is huge. It was sealed from the back entrance and from the front for 5 hours. We admire the courage of Archbishop Dr. Alec Banda. He came, he faced the police, and he conducted a mass outside. When we began to broadcast that mass live, I think their bosses were embarrassed, and we saw the police quickly scatter and open the doors of the church 5 hours after. And it had been 2 hours of John Sangwa, who's I think apparent lawyer for Dr. Alec Banda, pleading with the police, pleading. You can't come to a premises of worship. This is just a free, peaceful mass. You cannot stop it. But for 5 hours, they had sealed the cathedral. So the online abuse he has suffered, the humiliation and the attacks he has suffered. Today, we should hold that this call out is within the rule of law. Are you sure it is within the rule of law? Isn't it the DEC and President Hakainde Hichilema abusing the law like he has been abusing the law to persecute his opponent and critics? It's not about the rule of law, because you have a constitutional delinquent as president. He has enacted an illegal law. You have a president who's not following the constitution, but he's telling you to follow the law. He's telling you to oblige with the law. And that's why I have a perfect analogy. When a thief storms in your house, raping your wife, raping your daughter, the thief wants silence and the thief wants order. When the thief is taking your TV and you confront him, the thief threatens violence. If you don't oblige, I will harm you. The thief is here, he's stealing democracy, and he's threatening you that if you turn up on Monday, they want to arrest the Archbishop in peace. They want to arrest the Archbishop in an orderly fashion. They don't want your dissent, your views, or your protest. Like a thief. The thief wants to come, steal, destroy, and kill, and walk away in peace. The thief loves peace when he's conducting something illegal. So the church, tomorrow, Mwantu Wakwalesa, you've been invited to a church service at the Cathedral of the Child of Jesus. Brebna Changala is one organizing, is urging you to go and strengthen those faithfuls whose bishop is under attack. Go and pray with them 7 o'clock tomorrow. On Monday, the Lusaka Archdiocese have called for a service, a special solidarity message with the Archbishop. Pray with them and then take the Archbishop. Tutwale Ntungulushi, let's take the shepherd to DEC. They'll try to disperse you. They'll try to tear gas you. They'll try to stop you. Remain peaceful. Carry water. Carry handkerchief. I saw how protests are done in America. Here, in a full democracy, sometimes they anticipate that the police will try to stop them. And they teach what you'd learn from what Mahatma Gandhi, peaceful way of ensuring that you secure your protest. Carry water, carry a handkerchief, because there could be tear gas. Wafwala handkerchief on your face. If the tear gas falls on you, don't run, just put water on it. If the police want to charge and beat you up, just sit down. Let's see them mete out that violence against you. The police know how to handle crowds. They know when they discharge a firework, a tear gas, you will run. Then it justifies them to use violence. Don't give them. You remain peaceful, but don't give them an opportunity to claim that you were violent, that you acted in a riotous manner. So remain peaceful. If they stop you, stop. If they want to discharge and disperse you, refuse. If they want to attack you, sit down. If they want to throw tear gas on you, tear gas. It puts the tear gas away. And ensure that you deliver the Archbishop to the cross they want him. And what they will likely do, because what they do, I noticed several times, I've handled the former President Edgar Lungu and former President Dr. Frederick Chiluba, is if you are going to DEC, but Ministry of Finance on the left, the Zamcom here and Service Headquarters. So before that, they'll likely put barricades to stop there. And then at the Ridgeway Police Post coming from UTH, they will again put barricades and, stop you from there. And then they'll close the small from Ridgeway and from Bema Road. They'll try to ensure that the entire DEC is closed out. You have to march with your shepherd and be peaceful. Don't be violent. Remain peaceful. You are merely expressing yourself. Like I tell you, the thief wants silence. The thief wants order when he's breaking the law himself. The thief, when he's destroying, killing you, he wants silence. He wants you to submit. Will you? God bless you, and we'll speak tomorrow.
I've said they are little frightened men. Why do I say that? They are little frightened men because of what they have done against the people of Zambia. They have committed many crimes by stealing from the people of Zambia. The people of Zambia know this. And at my many rallies, I have proposed, when we come back into power, into government, the establishment of a truth commission after the one, like the one in South Africa. Why do I say this? We have raised many important questions about our country, the governance of our country, accountability, transparency. The very things they promised Zambians are absent from the political scene today in Zambia. We have asked, who is selling our copper? Who is selling our cobalt, our emeralds? We don't know. Nobody answers. We have asked questions about Meridian Bank, a major bank in Zambia and in Africa, perhaps Europe. This bank was sinking. The President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Chiluba, his Minister of Finance, Mr. Penza, promised to save that bank. by pumping into it, that bank $83 million, which is the equivalent of 83 billion kwacha, a local currency. 1 week, they're saying that. The very following week, which is the bank was closed. So we ask, where is the $83 million? Everybody's silent. They won't tell us. Now, you see, this is part of the problem. We have asked them, who is selling parastatals? To whom? By how much? Where is the money? We meet with a blank wall.
That's why we must pray to God to keep HH alive for country, and that all those who are planning evil against him will not succeed. And as government, we are watching them every single day, their maneuvers. That's why we must pray to God to keep HH alive for country, and that all those who are planning evil against him will not succeed.
Bantu wale povyokuwa mpawa ni tikiteto yero juyu telefona ngumbi umuntu ukumutari place telefona mesaya uwa kumutari place ali bipoyu mutimoyu ero juyu ni tikiteta ero juyu taleto mutende herodi alari afyo yero juyu ali afya ali peno yelo dari pena Kafuana ngumo wakwebati amupiane ali mwana kwati alifika lero tukafua lero tukafuapo wedo lefuana mtaulefua elo tikuya bebele elo tinanguinga kali pefi elo tshadi uli wakasta vya kadodo.
From 1.6 million to 28.3 million kwacha per year per constituency. Do your numbers. Let me remind those who don't like graphs and numbers. You can't run a country without numbers. You cannot run a country without numbers. Then you are a joker. You are just a joker. Because you cannot run a country without knowing that if you borrow too much and you consume that money, you get into debt trap. You have to calculate. You must put most of that money into revenue generating. When you revenue generate, you can then support CDF to a tune of 28.3 million kwacha. That's how it works. You need to know the numbers. Please, you need to know the numbers. You need to work out what the weather is likely to be before November so you can plan properly. And as the drought comes, you do need numbers, please. Otherwise, people perish. I was on the farm when someone was preaching, talking about graphs and numbers. All we were showing is that this is how we have moved from independence to where we are now. And there's something wrong there, which we need to change. That graph shows us that we've not been making the right economic and social decision. Now we must make the right decision. We made the right decisions by introducing CDF at this level, 28.3 million kwacha. And you will see that this number, these graphs will show by 2026, you will see that there will be desks in classrooms. No child will be sitting on the floor. You will see that maternity wings are there and there's water. You will see that the children who were not in school will be in school. You will see that there are enough classroom spaces. That is what numbers do if you know how to use them. But if you fear numbers, we have introduced free education. We can send you back to school and learn some more.
At the close, my dear young people, I wish to state and defend all priests in the Archdiocese of Lusaka in particular, and in the world in general. A priest is not a joker, for heaven's sake. A priest is not a joker, for heaven's sake. A priest is a shepherd of God's people, and he lives among his sheep. He knows his sheep as well as their needs, and when he speaks from an informed perspective. If you ignore his message, you ignore it at your own peril. Apropos, a joker is a comedian. A joker is a comedian who performs for amusement and at a fee. And once he is done, he is paid and he goes off his way. I ask the people of God to judge who is a real joker, a priest? Amen.
3.5 Lucifer of Zambia. The denunciation of Archbishop Alik Banda as the Lucifer of Zambia by the UPND Secretary General, Mr. Batuke Imenda, was not only an affront on the person of Archbishop Banda, but the entire Catholic Church and its leadership in Zambia. Until now, the Chief Executive Officer of the ruling party has not retracted his words, nor apologized, apart from the party and its government calling for ceasefire. The demeaning of the Archbishop by UPND is simply a demonstration of the spirit of intolerance towards criticism, as alluded to above. 3.6
But even these ones that have been in the government, they know.
It's not the government which has told me. Because me, I'm under Kasanda and I'm in charge of the security of Kasanda place. Yes. When there will be another thing, I will be answerable to that. Maybe if people start fighting outside there, they will be answerable to that. So, being that to see that security is not prepared to have this as Kasanda police, I think we are not allowed. Yes.
But so you want to fight?
No, it's not fighting. Me, I can't fight with anyone.
You're talking about fights. Who's brought
No.
fights here?
No, we are not saying that. I'm saying if people start doing that outside there.
Which people?
People have seen you, sir.
Why don't you go and talk to them to stop that fight? Because they're not allowed to fight. That's your job, to stop them from fighting, not to stop me from seeing my bishop. Your job is to stop lawbreakers or people who are planning to break the law, not to stop me from enjoying my right to move around freely or to meet my bishop or just pay courtesy call on him. That's not your job. Your job is to protect me, protect him, so that we can meet freely, talk, and then I go my way.
Yes, sir. When you were coming from Lusaka, you didn't inform us to say that.
Do I have to inform you?
I will stop.
Do I have to inform you?
No.
Do I have to inform you?
I'm surprised.
Please, Dr. Kimpapo, let's respect our constitution.
Do I have to inform you? Do I have to inform you, sir?
One officer.
let's respect our constitution.
Zambia. And you know that Zambia is
And this is the church, and we're a Christian nation.
What
And
constitutes-
look,
what
the
constitutes
church,
public gathering?
or maybe,
Have you
or
seen 50
maybe,
people here? You have started the public
or maybe
gathering.
we have changed the laws, which in
Have
Parliament
you
it
seen
doesn't
more than
come.
50 people here? This is a cater school in an office. Does the bishop has the time to the right to invite anybody and then notify you? Do you own this place? I'm asking you, do you own the church?
The reason why you are not even comfortable as you speak to us.
So you want me to be comfortable?
No,
sit down.
listen.
Sit down. No, I'm not allowed to sit down.
He's the member of parliament. Respect him also. He's your.
I
He's
know.
also a government worker like you. So let's
I know
respect
she-
each
I know,
other. And all of us we are preview to the
You're
constitution.
not following the law.
And
you
he-
are even shivering as you speak to
Yes,
us.
and her.
Do what is right.
She was also asked to take oath
Madam,
to
I'm
protect
sorry.
the constitution of Zambia.
You are not allowed to sit here.
We are not allowed. Is this
Yes.
your place?
No, but officer,
Sir,
officer.
this is under Kasanda Police. And under Kasanda Police, I'm in charge of security.
But is there any violence here to
Is
say
there violence?
yours is violence? Then
Or
what's
maybe there's any clause which has been broken. Wow, sir.
So, officer, in short, why is he not allowed to be here?
You can't start interviewing me.
No, we're not interviewing, we're asking you.
Last we checked, he was Zambian.
Ah, he's a Zambian, he's allowed to move. You tell us why he's not allowed to be
Because
here.
he's Zambian. What other reasons do you want to?
You tell us why he's not allowed to be here. He's a Zambian. From the
Sir,
last time I checked.
The bishop, I think, with due respect, please, is not allowed to be here.
Why?
Who is not allowed?
Why?
Eh?
Why?
Okay, you're not supposed to be. To have
Why?
a meeting here
Why?
In this office.
No,
So the
there's
big
no
question
meeting.
is why?
There's no meeting. There's no meeting. It's not meeting here. Okay, where is the agenda for the same meeting? Where is the agenda for the same meeting? Because any meeting has got an agenda. I'm sure the bishop was going to read to start with a prayer, then maybe national anthem.
A
then
simple
the agenda of the
question,
meeting.
Inspector. A simple question is why is he not allowed to be here? That's a simple question. Why is he not allowed to be here?
And it's not a meeting.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the bishop.
I'm-
It's not you. You are busy. You are
I'm
here.
working.
Yes, you are working.
Your worship, please permit me to ask my question. Officer, I'm a journalist.
That's why I'm saying that I'm not here to be
No, you
interviewed.
came
I'm just
in private.
here to involve.
You came in someone's office, so we are here to ask you questions.
That's why I called him secretly to say that we talk.
No, but
But he told you that he was in a meeting. He'll see you
stormed
later.
the office. You stormed someone's office. So the question I have.
You opened the door by force.
No one allowed you in.
My sisters and brothers, we as a Catholic Church leadership encourage our faithful to take part in the political process by joining political parties of their own choice. The MMD, to which Dr. Frederick Chiluba belongs, and of which he has re-emerged recently as a very vocal spokesperson. The name of Archbishop Mpundu is sung even more than those of other bishops. Archbishop Mpundu is regarded as patriotic front number one. This, of course, is preposterous. But that is what the MMD believes and says. Frederick Chiluba's successor in State House openly accused Archbishop Mpundu of being partisan at a meeting on the matter of the Constitution with the Catholic bishops in July 2007, just 3 weeks before the ordination of Bishop Banda in Solwezi. The president cited intelligence sources that had kept reporting to him that Archbishop Mpundu was a member of the Patriotic Front. Now, if this is a type of mark that the intelligence sources can come up with,
intelligence is down.
then intelligence services
is a phrase that covers a multitude of sins. I shudder to think of what else they have manufactured in the past and what they can genetically engineer in future against the government's real or perceived enemies, particularly during the run-up to next year's elections. In the media, both print and electronic, and even in the National Assembly. My name in the National Assembly was called telephone, telegram, tell a man, tell no man, tell a woman, God bless us. I said, my name is very clearly written. You see, the so-called legacy is a figment of some people's fertile imagination. A creation of a clique of people with vested interests in retaining or ascending to political power. President Mwanawasa didn't talk about his legacy. It's only people who after him. The only legacy I know, the legacy that you know, is that once elected into power, our leaders become arrogant and intransigent. They want us to shut up, sit up, and put up. Only some months ago, this nation listened in bewilderment as a minister of religion, a pastor, who also happens to be the minister of information, on the floor of the National Assembly, departed from his allotted task of telling the nation the root cause of political cadre violence and how to arrest the situation. See, cadres in this country are like babies leading their parents, or like a tail that is wagging the dog. We have witnessed cadres threaten physical violence and death to Father Frank Boy, to Father Moel. They have threatened Honorable Nawakwi with appalling sexual violence. Edith Nawakwi, my sister, my mother. Terrible things coming out of the mouths of children who should respect our mothers. On the 8th, we celebrate World Women's Day. And yet we let all these children insult our mothers and our sisters. This is criminal. But no arrest, as far as I know. I can be corrected. No charges, not that I know of.
In my view, Your Grace, what you have done is to ask the question that Jesus asked that soldier who slapped him for saying the truth. He said to that soldier, why have you slapped me? If I've said something wrong, explain. If not, why have you slapped me? And personally, I'm very happy that today you've asked that question. Why have you been slapped? Why have I been slapped? Why are all the 4 million Catholics in this country being slapped by one thief, Dr. Frederick Chiruba? Finally, I must say that Catholics are aware that his maneuvers are sponsored by State House. And we are being slapped so that we keep quiet. And I think this will not be tolerated. So
this news for children outside wedlock should not take the Eucharist. I wanted to find out what is the church teaching on who should eat the Eucharist.
I think this is in reference to Mr. Michael Sato. First of all, the so-called marriage. It's not a marriage. If you are in concubinage or cohabitation, you cannot call it marriage. So, that is clear. Now, as to who receives the Eucharist. First of all, you have to ask yourself, Michael Sata, Mr. Michael Sata, is a Catholic, but he is also a former seminarian. Okay? So he knows exactly at what time, at what point he can approach this most holy of all sacraments. They know the regulations. They know the rules. So if Mr. Michael Sat has been seen receiving communion at his own parish, surely it is something that concerns that particular parish. It is something that has been examined by that particular parish. I don't know if there aren't people here with sisters who are single parents, or even mothers who are single parents. As regards the receiving of communion of Mr. Sato, how do we know that the parish priest has dealt with that situation, and that this man, whom we point a finger at the same time 5 fingers are also pointing backwards to us, has repented? All you have to know is that regulations are there, and they are there for parish priests and their communities and their pastoral teams to administer.
I would like to find out, in your statement you said that as a Catholic Church you encourage your members to belong to their political parties of their choice, and you only give guidelines. So I would like to find out what kind of guidelines you give and what leadership you want to see after 2011.
So we tell them, time has come for us to celebrate our democracy. So please, please be peaceful, and love is our big weapon as Catholics, as Christians. Then who do you elect? Unfortunately, because our democracy is very young, I am going to vote PF because I belong to PF, UPND because I belong to UPND, MMD because I belong to MMD. I don't have to vote for an MMD, even if I am MMD. I look at the person who is standing. Is this person going to deliver? Is this person going to stand for us in the National Assembly and articulate issues? That is what guides me, not because they are flashing, a card. And this is the way we should go about it. This is what we tell our people. And those are not secret guidelines only to be known by Catholics. No, it is all printed. It is there for everybody to see and note. And it doesn't apply to Catholics alone. It applies to citizens of Zambia. Sometimes we feel that these are our media, these are our people. Why can't they report a lot more positively? Should I always